Hey guys and girls, welcome back to some Triangle Strat, the demo. So I did some grinding, like I wanted to do. I got the full roster to the cap, which is 5. We are good to go. I'm gonna progress the story. We're gonna get through chapter 3, hopefully, and kind of cap this demo off. Serenoa decides whether his house will make the journey to the Grand Duchy of Aesfrost or the Holy State of Hyzant. A part of me wants to go to Aesfrost because that's my wife's.
It seems your first test as Lord has come. 'Tis no small matter either.
My soon-to-be wife's hometown.
Indeed, but I needn't face it alone. I would ask each of you where you think we should go and why. State your case before the scales of conviction. Then we shall decide our destination.
We take a vote and the consensus determines our action. Is that it?
That is correct. So long as my allies walk by my side, their opinions carry equal weight to mine. Such is the way of House Wolford. As Lord, I shall bear the weight of consequence for the Scales' decision, whatsoever they may be.
You are more serious than usual, my friend.
He understands what it means to be Lord of his house.
Heck yeah.
Well, I hope you have room for a stowaway, because I'm going to. In secret, of course. I trust the new Lord Wolford will handle the ponderous negotiations and diplomacy with grace.
Your Highness, you cannot be...
You may stay ashore if you wish, Huet.
You know I cannot allow that. If you insist on going, then I shall attend you.
Well then, it would seem the matter is settled.
There is exactly 1 coin for each of us.
It seems fate has conspired to bring balance to our proceedings. How curious.
Curious? I see it as a sign that the heavens approve of my joining you.
You are ever the optimist, my friend.
Shall we proceed, my lord? 1 coin, 1 vote.
Very well. I would hear each of your thoughts on the matter in turn. Then you shall place your coin upon the scales of conviction and illuminate the road ahead.
Aesfrost or Hyzant? Would that we had the time to visit both. Although I may not have my own token of conviction, it is my duty to lend an ear to their argument. An honest exchange of opinions will hopefully lead to a decision that satisfies all. Okay. Oh, she wants to go to Hyzant or in Gila. Or Gila.
Lord Serenoa Serenoa.
These frost soldiers are said to be among the strongest. However, that is only hearsay. I mean to judge them for myself. I wish to visit the holy state of Hyzant. I wish to see how their tout equality works in practice. Oh, I missed an option? I thought I talked to everyone. Indeed, to hear it from Hyzantians, their society seems like a paradise to find. I find it difficult to imagine. Without such a life, I would never have found myself in Prince Roland's service. I would never have found this pride. Thank you, my lord. I suppose there may be some merit in visiting Hyzan. She's deep in thought. Okay. She's undecided. We'll take that.
Lord Serenoa.
Where did Anna want to go? Oh, she's undecided. I wish to visit the holy state of Hyzant. I wish to see what miracles are performed at the ministry and learn what kind of magic and medicine enables them.
Indeed.
I see. I hear the feats performed there beggar belief. Any knowledge we could gain would surely come in handy during times of need. Thank you for sharing, my lord.
Lord Seren.
No, I don't want to. They're good. Roland wants to go to Aesfros? What reasons have you for wanting to visit Hyzant? I would be fascinated to see a society where everyone is truly equal.
Certainly.
Indeed. They say Hyzant is a country without kings or nobles, which is hard to imagine. But why imagine when we could see it with our own eyes, I wonder what everyone else thinks. You've given me much to consider. Alright, you're the last. Stories of the miracles performed in the Ministry of Medicine have piqued my interests. Such knowledge could help our soldiers and common folk alike.
You're onto something. I've made up my mind.
Okay. End the persuasion. Let's do it. We have
It is time to cast our votes. Do we journey to the Grand Duchy of Aesfrost, or the Holy State of Hyzant? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
You've convinced me.
If that is your wish, then so be it. Hyzant. A.
I changed my mind.
Nice.
You won me over.
So we good to go?
The scales of conviction will illuminate.
Travel to the holy city-state of Hyzant.
The way forward is decided. We journey to Hyzant. We have decided. We set sail for the holy state of Hyzant. Whether or not it proves to be the right choice will depend on our actions. I trust in you all.
We are ready to set sail, Lord Patriot.
Very good, my lord. When you pay respects to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, remember that you do so on behalf of our king.
Lord Serenoa, we are honored that you would choose to grace our nation with your presence. That said, I must offer you a warning as well.
It may be in Lady Frederica's best interests to remain here in Glenbrook. I fear there may be some complications were she to come to Hyzant.
Huh?
She is half-sister to the Archduke and my betrothed besides. What complications could there possibly be?
None, if I had any say in it. However, the matter is more delicate than that.
Your lady's hair would draw attention. Unfortunately, none of it favorable.
My mother's hair. The pink locks of the Roselle. Mother once told me of how her people fled Hyzant. Then you know how the Roselle are viewed in our nation. How the Gospel of the Goddess regards them as sinners. Yes, I do. But I am from Esfrost, and I assure you I have committed no sins. Of course, my lady. Very well then. I will do all in my power to see your visit is a pleasant one.
Yeah, we'll worry about that when it happens.
Thank you. Pray forgive my outburst.
You've no need to apologize. Still, I must ask, are you certain?
I must go. I would see with my own eyes. See where and how my mother and her people suffered.
Whither the river flows. Completed.
By order of King Regna, Serenoa escorts their esteemed guests back home, beyond the forest and over the mountains to a vast sand-swept land. Before long, a grand wall of stone rises before them. Known as the Goddess's Shield, behind it lies the source, Noselia's only supply of salt. Upon the lake shores of the source towers a giant likeness of the goddess, ever watching over the flourishing city and the palace below. This is the holy state of Hyzant.
I had heard tales of the goddess's shield, but its grandeur surpasses even my imagination.
It protected the holy state from both Glenbrook and Esfrost during the war. None in history have succeeded in breaching it. Do you think you might fare better, Lord Serenoa?
I don't hope to find out. Hopefully we can stay at peace with these guys.
Penetrating these walls would be nigh impossible.
A most courteous answer. I should have expected as much.
What's that sound?
Could this be?
Is this the hour of worship I've heard so much about?
Indeed. Hyzantians offer their prayers up to the goddess's statue every day. They thank her for her blessing, for bestowing us with the source, from which all Norzalia's salt is harvested.
To see every citizen pray is astonishing.
The goddess truly is at the center of all Hyzant, just as the stories say.
Even so, are there none who'd use this time of worship to rob their fellow citizens?
There are none so misguided among the goddess's believers.
All
I don't
Hyzantians
believe
are
that.
guaranteed food, clothing, and shelter. The Holy State has done everything in its power to eliminate poverty and ensure equality.
That's great and all, but I don't know.
As a result,
Sus.
no one envies others or craves riches for selfish reasons.
Certainly, if everyone were equal, there would be naught to fight about.
But achieving absolute equality is impossible.
The words of an unbeliever. The goddess showers her blessings fairly upon all who follow her teachings.
Before we visit the Hierophant, there is one thing I must tell you about Lady Frederica.
Under normal circumstances, the head of our nation would not permit an audience with one of Rosellan extract. We have explained the circumstances, however, and she has been granted special permission to enter the palace as an envoy.
That said, we would ask that Lady Frederica remain silent before the Holy One.
Silent? Why?
I reiterate that typically, she would not be so much as allowed to attend. We ask for your understanding of our creed.
You mean to treat one of Glenbrook's delegates as if she weren't even there?
Prince Roland, you are here in secret. It would not do for you to gainsay another nation's religious creed. I have no objections.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but I feel like we have to abide.
You needn't apologize. Let us do what we came here for.
We appreciate your understanding. Now then, let us show you to the palace.
I don't... Why do they hate Rosellans that much? I don't understand that.
That is where the Hierophant resides.
The Hierophant imparts us with the goddess's divine messages. None are allowed to look upon the Holy One's face. None save Minister Edor, who conveys their divine words to us.
Pardon our intrusion. Lord Serenoa Wolford of Glenbrook has escorted us home on behalf of King Regner.
The Hierophant speaks to you. Serenoa Wolford, we thank you for your gracious gesture. We are overjoyed and humbled that you have chosen to grace our nation with your presence.
I am unworthy of such high praise, but honored nonetheless.
House Wolford and Hyzant have shared a deep bond ever since the Sultan War. On behalf of the Saintly Seven, it is my wish that our friendship will be as strong as it was with your Lord Father.
But of course, I strive to one day measure up to his greatness.
You will also, in time, succeed Lord Simon as advisor to the mining venture, I hear. The Hierophant would hear your true thoughts on the endeavor.
I think it's a significant stepping stone towards peace between the three nations. I think it's a valuable endeavor that will fairly profit everyone. I fear the intentions of the three nations are not aligned. I sense a storm is brewing on the horizon. I think it a significant stepping stone towards peace between the three nations. I fear the intentions of the three nations are not aligned. I sense a storm is brewing on the horizon. I mean, clearly this is what's happening. I'm gonna go with the middle, though. Stick to the guns of, like, profit.
I think it a valuable endeavor that will fairly profit everyone.
Certainly. The Holy One shares your opinion. If benefit spreads evenly throughout the land, peace and happiness will follow.
Yes.
And yet creating an equal society that all will accept is no easy task.
That difficulty is precisely what makes it worth doing. Together, let us bring true peace to Norzelia.
Yes.
The goddess always watches over those who believe in her. May you all receive her divine protection.
I apologize for visiting you in secret, but there is something I must ask you. I have heard that the people of Hyzant live in equality. They say the goddess showers blessings upon those who follow her teachings. But is that the only reason?
Oh, a studious one you are, Prince Roland. King Regna has raised you well. Of course, the goddess's teachings are at the core of the equality our citizens enjoy. But there are many measures taken by the Holy State to ensure the happiness of our people.
Minister Lila's Ministry of Medicine, which dedicates itself to the study of preserving life, is another example of this. The results of their research have allowed many people to overcome illness and injury and live long, healthy lives.
Fascinating. I would like to hear more about Hyzant's medical discoveries.
I see we managed to pique your interest. Minister Lila, I leave our guests in your capable hands. Pray, show them around the ministry and let them admire Hyzant's pursuit of life and magic.
Franny and Cordelia talk about their brother Roland in his absence. Let's see what's going on here with these two. Hating on him again, probably.
Brother, where is Roland? I've yet to see him today.
And you shan't, for he has left. Took it upon himself to join the mission abroad.
He did? I see.
Again, prioritizing his personal wishes above his station. Is there no end to his selfishness?
You haven't any love for him, have you?
Love? I would rather think of him as little as humanly possible.
How can you say that? He's family.
Royal family, and our duty is to the crown above all. Do not look to Roland for inspiration if you wish to carry yourself in a manner befitting your station, dear Cordelia.
Damn. Yeah.
Look, a Rosella. I heard she's an envoy from Glenbrook.
So what if she is?
Be that as it may, is her kind even allowed to enter our halls?
I hate these
I
people.
only assume she received special permission, since Minister Lila's showing her around.
Ironic, considering the wishes of us researchers are hardly ever granted.
What a splendid facility you have here. I can see why your nation excels in the medical arts.
Normally, only ministry staff are allowed in. Having outsiders view our work is unprecedented.
We cannot thank you enough for your generosity.
If I heard correctly, it sounds like you are researching life itself.
That we are. In order to cure illnesses and injuries, we must set our sights high.
Even illnesses deemed uncurable in other nations?
There is no miracle panacea in this world, but we like to think nothing is impossible.
Wonderful. And would you be willing to share those results with others, should you achieve them?
If you believe in the goddess's teachings, yes. At least, that is what I would expect the Holy One to say.
Minister Lila, the preparations for the experiment are complete.
My apologies, but I must get back to work. You are free to take a look around. However, I ask you to not enter the restricted areas.
Of course, nothing is free in the Ministry, nor anywhere in Hyzant. And of course, when people are forced to adhere to teachings, there are some who will resist.
Who might you be?
Just a researcher, nothing more.
What was his problem?
Serenoa, I could use some fresh air, if you don't mind.
But of course, let us take a break outside.
How are you faring, Frederica? Better than before. Thank you, but I should like to rest in the shades for a spell. But of course, rest as long as you like. Seems like brainwashing to me. If that's the case, I mean, feels like it at least. The sins they atone for are not their own. One cannot help but wonder why they must continue to pay for them. This has less to do with the goddess's teachings than it does producing salt. Do not labor at the source. I suppose my ancestors did something so unforgivable that we have yet to earn the goddess's forgiveness. But the Roselle who committed those crimes have long since passed. In House Wolford, people are judged by their deeds and not the circumstances of their birth. Exactly. These people suck.
We got our hands on a fine souvenir, thanks to Lady Frederica.
It is quite the feat indeed. Serenoa has terrible taste when it comes to gifts.
Thank you indeed, Frederica.
It was my pleasure.
Should we ask Minister Lila about what ails Lord Simon?
No. Even now, Lord Simon commands great influence. We cannot let others know about his condition.
I understand. Not even our allies can know of our weaknesses, lest they use them against us.
Indeed. We cannot risk exposing ourselves to such danger, for the young lord's sake as well.
Uh-oh.
What was that?
It appears there is a stir around the ministry.
I shall investigate.
Bad touches.
Anna, what happened?
Some researchers at the ministry ran off with its secrets.
Did you think my ministry was infiltrated by unbelievers?
Unbelievers?
Heathens who reject the goddess's teachings.
At their head is a researcher named Plinius, who escaped with some of our most valuable findings. You must retrieve these documents for us, Exham.
Consider it done. But they could be anywhere in town by now. I will need all the eyes I can get on the lookout.
I must remain here at the Ministry. Their spies may still be among us.
Minister Exham, we would be happy to be of service.
We are in your debt, Lord Serenoa.
The men we pursue are researchers, proficient in the arcane arts. The insight of one versed in their ways would be invaluable to us.
Take Corentin with you. He is one of my most talented researchers. Corentin, you are to go with House Wolfort and help them retrieve our research from Plinius.
As you wish, Minister. All right, my friends. The pursuit begins.
Let's do it. I've trained for this. Everyone's level 5. Team-wise, who do I want to take? This actually isn't a bad group. Yeah, this is... Oh wait, it says we can deploy one more.
The honor is mine.
I
Okay.
live to serve.
Commence. It's a lot of dudes.
Linnaeus, give yourself up. There is no escape for heathens like yourself. Even attempting to steal our nation's secrets is a grave crime. What?
This research is my life's work. I have poured my blood, sweat, and tears into it. What is so wrong with treating it as my own?
Plinius, such an untainted passion for knowledge cannot hope to survive here.
I had heard that Hyzant was a land without strife. It would seem that was too good to be true. We mustn't allow Plinius and his lackeys to get away. After them!
You can enter simulation mode by pressing the A button on a unit other than yourself. This allows you to test consequences of various things. Okay. So I've got a test mode, trial mode. I will not be doing that though. We're just gonna roll with the punches and
I see. So
lose as I lose.
Haven't we met before?
I'm no one of note, I'm afraid. You must have me mistaken for someone else.
My turn.
Is Gila from here? Potentially? Interesting. Alright.
They have to survive.
Time to take flight.
I must keep fighting. And where shall we strike?
I've been waiting for this.
Let me heal your wounds.
That's painful.
Realize the gulf between our skills.
Allow me.
Time for some research.
They are weak to ice.
Come on!
Most interesting.
Your orders?
Charge! Take that!
Time to take flight.
You leave me with no recourse. Take this!
For the honor of House Wolfort.
I'll make this quick.
How dare you heal him? Ah! Oh my gosh.
We win.
I need you guys to not kill us.
Realize the gulf between our skills. It ends here.
Too slow.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Allow me.
That's the stuff.
I fight for peace. With the powers in me.
Time for some research.
I hate this dude.
I will end this.
And then he's just running and doing this annoying stuff.
Allow me.
won't lose! It ends here!
Time to take flight.
Have another! Forward! This ends here! Very well then. Cold wind blows!
Hang in there.
You are not worthy of my time.
I want to get rid of a lot of the soldiers if I can.
Cool heads shall prevail. Be at ease.
That's the stuff! Come at me!
Actually, provoking here would be probably a mistake. Because he gets hit so hard.
With the oh
Where was I?
My turn.
Victory is within reach. This is the end.
For victory!
The hunt is on. This ends now!
What else we got? Is it just him and that one dude? I think so.
Carefully.
Probably yourself.
I need this. I have to survive.
You are not worthy of my time.
You won't beat me!
I shall do what I can.
I fight for peace.
So, it falls to me.
Time to work.
I won't lose!
Hello.
Here I come.
Surround him. Heal yourself as well. Because I don't
Very
trust
well,
his magic.
Cold wind blows!
Ow.
From where shall we strike?
Surround him.
You are not worthy of my time.
I've been waiting for this!
Let me heal your wounds.
Allow me. I needed that. I fight for peace.
Time for some research.
Your orders?
My turn. This is it! Did you see that? The honor of House Wolfort.
Hawk dive.
Now I end this.
This battle is ours.
This battle is ours.
Leave it to me! Did you see that? Shall we begin? I won't give up.
Let me show you what I've learned.
You won't beat me! Away! Hurts, don't it?
Where was I?
Cool heads shall prevail.
Killed by the healer.
You misjudged me!
Screw you.
Hey, goddess. I'm not your pawn. I am merely...
That's the end of that. Big victory. Helped that I capped everyone out. I'm 100% sure. I felt a lot smoother than I would have thought it would be.
What did you hope to do with our secrets? Sell them for riches?
No. We wished only for freedom in our research. Knowing we would be granted no such liberty here, we were left with no choice.
I see. You rebel against her teachings, as I suspected. Take them away. You have our gratitude, Lord Serenoa. We could not have apprehended the heretics without you.
What will happen to them now?
They will be punished for their wrongdoings, of course. Defying the goddess's teachings is the most grave crime one can commit in Hyzant.
I see now. Equality here stems from their thorough elimination of heretics.
You did well, Corentin. For your efforts, you deserve a reward.
If you insist, I do have a request. I would like permission to embark on a journey. I wish to learn more about the medicines of other lands.
Greater knowledge of medicine would prove useful in our studies of life. I will consider it.
We will take our leave here.
Master Corentin, thank you for your help today.
There's something I would speak with you about. Do you have a moment? This place is too conspicuous. Let us talk elsewhere.
You wish to leave Hyzant?
He wants to come with us.
I wish to study magic, not medicine.
Damn.
But just before, you spoke of wanting to observe medical treatment in other nations.
Merely a pretense to gain permission to leave. We cannot research freely in Hyzant. We are simply tasked with fulfilling our designated roles. Furthermore, no matter how revolutionary our discoveries may be, the world at large will never know them.
You mean to say you tire of Hyzant's secrecy?
You're not much different than those so-called heretics, then. Could it be you feel some connection with them?
To tell the truth, I was well aware of Plinius's plan. But I was a coward. One who could neither stop nor join them. And because of it, I ended up capturing those with whom I sympathized. I wish never to feel this way again.
And thus you mean to leave the Holy State entirely?
Yes, I have no intention of returning to the Ministry. Which is why I must ask if you would allow me to journey with you, as a member of House Wolfort.
My lord, while he may be a unique character, he undoubtedly possesses a great understanding of the arcane.
There is one thing I must know. Would you be troubled traveling alongside my betrothed, knowing her heritage?
Not at all. I'm abandoning Hyzant, and the goddess's teachings with it. On the contrary, Lady Frederica's magic fascinates me. I would love to learn more about it.
He digs the fire magic.
But of course.
Very well then. Welcome to our ranks, Corentin. Pursue your studies to your heart's content. I only ask that you put them to use on House Wolfort's behalf.
Of course. You have my thanks, Lord Serenoa.
Hey, got ourselves an ice mage. I'll take it. I don't know how much I'll use him, but I'll take it. Can freeze up the field. That might actually be useful. I don't know. Ironstone. At Ironstone, a certain report reaches the ears of the Archduke. Uh-oh.
Thalus, how does Dragan fare?
As blustery and boastful as ever, brother. He is simply beside himself that his contributions to the mine have been recognized.
So he has achieved a measure of success. Perhaps I underestimated him.
What concern is he of ours? He is Svarog's son and of thinner blood.
We are not Glenbrook or Hyzant, Thalus. In Esfrost, a man is judged for his deeds, not his pedigree.
And yet you have appointed me Prime Minister, have you not?
I have given you an opportunity, brother. Do not be mistaken. If you wish to keep your position, prove to me you are deserving of it.
Understood, brother mine.
Dear brother, do with Thalus as you please, but I bid you be wary of Dragan and Svarog. I've reason to believe they've designs on higher seats.
If they mean to overthrow me, then let them try. I shall relish the opportunity to crush them.
Interesting. Alright, Central Hyzant. Their duty fulfilled, Serenoa and House Wolfort bid farewell to the holy state of Hyzant.
It's time we head home. You aren't forgetting anything, are you, my lord?
Eridor, I told you. I'm not a child anymore.
I'm sorry, my lord. Whenever I see your face, I can't help but think of the lad I once knew.
Can you not lower your voice? You'll disturb the whole city at this rate.
House Wolfort certainly is lively.
Indeed. I've never seen such a big, happy family.
I'm glad they allowed you to travel with us.
As am I. I intend to revolutionize the world with my research.
Very well and good, but we also have a wedding to prepare for. Busy times lie ahead, Frederica.
Yes.
Let us make it a grand wedding. Huette, prepare an extravagant gift worthy of my best friend.
Yes, Your Highness.
Wedding time!
It seems I'm just in time.
Hey, X-Arm.
I came to thank you and see you off on behalf of the Holy One.
We are the ones who should thank you. Glenbrook and House Wolfort shall not forget your kindness.
I'm happy to have seen Hyzant with my own eyes. Till we meet again.
Prince Roland, Lord Serenor, the future of Norzelia is in the hands of the young, those like ourselves. I much look forward to our next meeting.
We have heard much about how all in Hyzant are blessed by the goddess's teachings. And yet, they told us almost nothing of the Roselle. What sort of lives do they live here? What sort of life did Mother lead?
Is something the matter, Frederica?
Forgive me. I was merely lost in thought.
Thoughts of the Roselle, I presume.
Yes. I wondered what effect it might have on your relations with Hyzant, now that we are to wed.
Right now, our three nations work together, but none can say what the future holds. Whatever may occur, know that you will not have to bear it alone. It will be a burden for all of House Wolford to bear, together.
Thank you, Serenoa.
A Land of Sand and Sun, complete. And that's the end of Chapter 3. Thank you for playing. We hope you enjoyed the demo. More battles that will challenge your conviction await in the full version. That was fun. I'm actually really happy with it, and I'm intrigued to continue. Be it we know what's going to happen in Chapter 5, I think, was the other demo. Autosave. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, share with a friend. And on the next part, we pick up when the game releases. I'll see you then.